Bayless, Shannon Sharp, good morning.
Welcome back to you.
How you like my look, Skip? How you like my look?
I hadn't noticed, and I'm just looking right through you. I don't know.
I think we.
You trying to be me?
I think we step, bro. You think?
Oh, you got your chain on.
Oh, you think?
I forgot he also gave you one just to make sure your feelings weren't hurt.
You think?
That's Lil Wayne.
Skip, you think Ernestine will be able to tell us apart?
Probably not. And by the way, I just hope this show does not end up in divorce. And I'm not talking about us getting a divorce. I'm talking about me and Ernestine, because she is going to join us around 11:30 Eastern time. Sit right there. Might be the end of me.
No,
You're
I
a
think she's
brave
sitting
man.
right here.
I know.
She
might sit over there.
Yeah.
That is true.
She had
Way to go. Yeah, you're
last
right.
night.
You're right.
Date night might have a whole new twist this Friday at dinner.
If we have one.
All right, everybody. A jam-packed show this Friday. How concerned should the Panthers be about Cam after last night's loss? Also, like Skip said, very special guest on the show later. Probably the best person in the world to debate Skip. She does it all the time. But first this morning, we're going to get started in New England. The sexual assault allegations against Antonio Brown are still being investigated by the NFL. Meanwhile, the receiver is expected to play Sunday in Miami, his Patriots debut, despite his first practice being just 2 days ago. Yesterday, Brown went live on Instagram from the TB12 Therapy Center. During the video, AB said, quote, "No matter what they say, no matter what they hate, somebody still gotta go to work." Interesting situation. Shannon, are you at all surprised that AB is expected to go this Sunday?
No, and I've always thought that unless the NFL interjected, Skip, that Coach Belichick was going to put AB on the field. Coach Belichick does not bring guys in that he doesn't think can help him win. And he doesn't sit guys on the bench. He doesn't discipline guys like that, Skip. Well, I'm going to suspend you. You're not going to play. No. Sports is a bottom line business, more so than anything in New England. Wins, losses. Let me put the best 11 guys on offense, defense, and special teams that's going to give this team the best chance of winning.
Yep.
And AB will be out there. I always thought he would be out there unless the NFL says no. We're going to put him on the commissioner's exempt list, and we're going to let this thing play itself out, and then we'll go from there. So I always thought he was going to play. For me, and if he's out there, if you're not going to, like, try and get him the ball, Skip, I don't really see the use for him being out there. A part of me...
I agree.
Part of me goes back and forth. It's like, I could really, really see, Skip, them going out of their way to try to get him the ball, to try to prove a point.
Yep.
Okay, we got this toy, and I know this is not what we normally do, but just to show you what we got, and when the rubber needs to meet the road, we have this weapon that we know you can't guard everybody man to man. So I thought he was going to play. I always thought he was going to play. I'm not surprised that he's going to play, Skip. You look at the snaps, out of 70 snaps, Edelman played 67, Dorsett 59, Gordon played 49, Myers played 8. So all things being equal, what position does he play? I think he played more of an X receiver, which was to the open side in Pittsburgh. And so that might be Josh Gordon's slot. So he's going to cut into someone is going to get some of their snaps, get a decrease in snaps. But again, what is this about, Skip? What did he do yesterday? After practice, what did he do? He goes to TB12, the training center, and what he does, he posts. Hey, Alex, 17,000.
Alex Guerrero, Tom's trainer.
That's what it's about, Skip. No one is hating on you. Everything that has transpired in your life over the last 6-7 months, Skip, has been inflicted by Antonio Brown. Nobody did this to him. He did it to himself. It's always how many people like me on Instagram. Who's talking about me on IG? Who's talking about me in social media? Are they talking about me on the talk show? That's what it's about with him. And he just doesn't get it. Why do you care? I just want him to just go play so we can talk about his play on the field and not his antics. But I expect him to play Sunday, and I'm assuming that he's going to get a few balls thrown his way.
Unfortunately, I agree. Before I answer Jen's question, allow me to reiterate on our behalf, we still have no idea what the truth is about the accusations levied via the civil lawsuit against Antonio Brown. Again, he says the relationship was consensual. She says 2 incidents of sexual assault and 1 rape. That's all we know.
Right.
And we're not picking sides. We're just trying to sift through what the facts are as we know them right now. So I do know that ESPN yesterday reported that the two sides, her side and his side, have been in communication for, quote unquote, according to ESPN, several months. It's a long time. So I'm going to guess that during those communications, there was discussion, if not negotiation, over a financial settlement. Correct? And I'm just going to have to assume that Antonio dug in and said, no, it was a consensual relationship. I'm not going to give her a penny. I'm just assuming that, unless it's possible that she asked far more than he wanted to pay. But I don't know that. I'm just, somehow they could not reach a conclusion, an agreement, right? Yeah. Okay. So reportedly also, neither the league nor the Patriots knew about these communications between the two sides, that they only became aware when she filed her civil lawsuit. So if that's the case, if they had known, wouldn't they both, the Patriots and the NFL, have encouraged Antonio, please just settle this, because this is our 100th anniversary celebration. Please try to make this go away. You've hijacked it. Right? Yeah. He has hijacked it. In fact, Christine Brennan used that word in her column yesterday in USA Today. I'm going to get back to her column in just a second. But the point is that this has been a stain on the early celebration that was week 1 of the NFL. Great Monday night. Heck, it was a great, we're off to a great start. This is a great finish in the game last night. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But I'm sure everybody would have liked for this to have gone away if in fact she had accepted a financial settlement. We would have never heard a word about this. Is that because they would have signed a NDA, non-disclosure? Okay. So that didn't happen. So now we're back to the league. I am surprised that the league has not intervened at all. I have not heard a public word from the league except a report that said they are going to investigate. They are going to speak with her after she gets married, and it will be next week that they will speak to her, right? I'm still surprised. I thought that the commissioner would use his exempt list to, so to speak, put Antonio on ice until they could conclude their own investigation and try to get to the bottom of this. That clearly did not happen. No. Now, flip side, I am not surprised that the Patriots appear to be going forward to play him on Sunday, right? Absolutely. I'm not surprised at all. What did I tell you yesterday? What was my sort of pipe dream about this? That for once, Robert Kraft would step up and say, enough. We're not going to do this anymore. I know we have a history of doing this. We're not going to do it with this, because this is one too many incidents. We don't know what happened in this one, but he's had so many incidents over the last year. This is just too much for us, and we wish him well, and we're going to send him on his way. And I still think they could have gotten out from under the $10 million that they owed him in guaranteed money. The difference is, Skip, they don't want to get out. They don't want to, and I agree. And I'm standing by my point I told you. The head coach definitely doesn't want out. He doesn't really need Antonio right now, but he definitely needs him next year and the next year. If he's going to try to go forward with no more Tom Brady and Jarrett Stidham at quarterback, he needs a superstar receiver. So to me, this is more about Belichick's mission to prove he can win a Super Bowl without Tom Brady. And I assume Belichick's going to try to make that happen starting next year, and we don't know if Robert Kraft will sign off on that. It probably pins how Tom Brady plays the rest of this year, and obviously he's off to a pretty good start. Okay, so if he does play on Sunday, there is going to be massive fallout. And you just wait. You haven't heard anything happen just yet, but I'm going to go back to Christine Brennan's column, which was 2 days ago. Protests in front of the stadium. You are right about that. Again, she wrote that it was just obvious to her. This is 2 days ago, and by the way, Christine was a prominent leading voice. She was a tone setter on the criticism that Commissioner Goodell took over being so slow to react to the Ray Rice video. Remember this? Okay, so Christine was out front on that one, and now she's out front again, and she's asking, where is the NFL? Well, so far, nowhere. And her point is, for exactly 5 years and 3 days, that's the length of time that has elapsed from the moment we first saw the video of Ray Rice's punch of his then-fiancée, Janae Palmer, to right now. That's 5 years and 3 days. The NFL has spent a lot of time telling us how much it cares about women. So Christine is saying this is, to use her phrase, a layup. You have to put Antonio on the exempt list.
Right.
Didn't happen. So she concludes in her piece that the NFL needs to get Antonio Brown off the field for as long as necessary. Well, apparently that's just not going to happen.
No.
So wait till Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, because there's going to be very loud reaction to this. And it's not going to be pretty. And so I'm a little surprised that the NFL couldn't react at all, except that this is not a criminal case yet.
Right.
This is just a civil case. Again, now we get